So first we will start with the function part. So generally function means, it will contain a set of instructions. Uh, to make it in a very simple term, if I want to say means, suppose you want to create a coffee. Okay, coffee machine is there. Every time you are not going to the machine and typing the program, right? So you will simply click on the, how many coffees you want, what type of coffee you want. Like that, you will choose the option and you will click on a button to proceed. Automatically, the machine will start making the coffee. Just imagine if there is no any function like that. Every time you have to go to the machine and you have to type the program. Okay, I want this much ml of milk, I want this, how to prepare it, those things. If I want to give instruction again and again means, it is going to be a very difficult task, right? So to avoid that only, what we will do is we create all the instruction, we will make it into a single function. So every time when I call a function, automatically whatever statements inside the function is there, that will get executed. So in Python also we are having different types of function is there. Okay, we will see one by one. So this is one of the simple example how to create a function and how to call a function. So in Python, if you want to create a function means, we have to give the def keyword. Okay, we have to use the keyword called def, then space, and you have to give the function name of the function. Then we have to give open and close bracket. Then you have to give a colon. Then next, if you are giving the enter, automatically one indentation will come. Then we have to type our statement. So we can type as many statements as we want. So this is known as function definition. We are defining a function. When I call this particular function name display or any function means what operation it has to be performed. That only we will give it in the statement part. So this is function definition. And one thing we need to remember is, when before calling a function, it has to be created. So that is why we define the function first. First, we have to define the function. Then only we can able to call that particular function. Okay. So here, if you see means I have called the function. So how it will run in our program, like how our Python will understand is, we all know Python will execute line by line. So first what it will do is, it will see the function is there. So it will create some memory. Okay, it will create some memory. In that memory, it will store some space for the function. Okay, display function is there. Okay, like that it will store it. Then it will come to the main program. In the main program, whenever the function has been called, it will go to the memory. So in the memory, all the program has been written, right? So from there, it will start executing. Okay, any point of the time we can call the function and it will redirect to this particular location. Okay, from here it will start executing the program. Once the function has been executed, it will return back to its same position. Okay, here only I have called means again it will come back to this position. Then it will move on to the next lines. So similarly here also I have called the function. So it executed the print statement. Hello, champs. Then it has been printed here. Okay, and we are having four different ways we can create a function. So let us see what are they. Okay, so four different ways we can actually able to create our function. So your argument means nothing but some values we will pass whenever we are calling a function. And similarly, return type means after executing that particular function, whether the function is returning any value or not. So that is what comes under the return type. So in this function will come under without argument and without return type. Okay. So here you can able to see it clearly. Here I have called a function, but I have not passed anything here. Similarly, Here also I'm just directly printing the statement, but I'm not using any return type. So that is why we are saying this comes under the without argument and without return type. So we will see other examples as well. So here if you see means we are having one function. Again, I have created another one function. In that function, I have passed two parameter a comma b. Okay, and what I am doing is inside the function I am doing some operations, some difference, divide operation I am performing. Then finally I am printing the statement add. What is the output of add? What is the output of subtract? What is the output of divide? Those things I am performing here. And this method you already know. Okay, this comes under the print format method. Right. So in the format, I am passing all the values according to the index. So in the main program, I am getting two variable from the user. Okay, I want that particular variable in integer format. So I am converting to int of input of enter the first number and enter the second number I have given. Then I am passing two variable into my function. See here, if you see means arith, that is my function name, right? While I'm passing the variable 1 and variable 2 which I have created here. In the function what will happen is whatever value received here, it will be passed to these parameters. So now what will happen is a value become like whatever I am value passing it here. For example, variable 1 I am just passing value as 10. Variable 2 I am passing value as 5. Now what will happen? Here A will be stored, like A will get the value of 10 and B will get the value of 5. Now it will perform this operation. Sum is equal to A plus B. So 10 plus 5, 15 it will store. Then difference, again 10 plus 5, I mean 10 minus 5, 5 will it will store. Then for divide, A divided by B. Okay, 10 divided by 5, it will return me 2. So all this value will be stored and it will be printed here. So that is why in the output, we are seeing this. Fine. So in this way, we can pass the values. Here, we cannot leave call a function without passing this two parameter. Okay, we have to pass these two parameter, otherwise it will throw some error. Okay, so we should be cautious. We cannot pass only one value also. That also not allowed. Okay, if it is asking for two value means we have to pass two value unless it is having some default value. So we have already seen lot of built-in functions, right? Best example you can remember is range. When I'm saying about the range, we can give the start value, stop value, and then step value. Three things we can give. I told, right? So these are the like here A and B. Similarly, in range we are having start, stop, and then step. Okay. Here, which value is mandatory is this stop value will be like mandatory one. We cannot give call a range function without passing any value. If you are passing only one value means that value will be stored in the stop. So that time what will happen is our function will take the default values of these two parameters. So default value of start will be always 0. Similarly, step value of default step value will be always 1. Okay, so we can change it by passing a new value. Otherwise, it will go with the default one. Okay, this will be a best example. So in the previous same similar like the previous program only, this program also. But here what we are doing is we are not printing all the values in the function itself. Instead, after performing the calculation, we are returning the values. Okay, I have calculated the sum, I have calculated the difference, I have calculated the division. Here are the values. So what will happen is we have to create one variable and we have to store all the values written by our function. So this will be very helpful because we can later use that values. in our main program. If you are directly printing, it means further if you want to use that value, you need that value, means we cannot able to access it. So mostly we will prefer giving a return value instead of printing it directly. So whenever you are creating a function, make sure you give a return function if needed. Okay, if completely not necessary for a return, means that is also completely fine. So since we have given return here, we have to create a variable. Like here we have created like a result. Then we are passing all the values here. Here all the values will be passed in the form of tuple. Okay, by seeing the bracket itself, we can able to see. Okay, this data type is in the form of tuple. Once it has been returned, we can able to access each and every value separately with the help of the index number. Here I am giving result of 1, so it is returning me the difference value. So this is the benefit of using the return value instead of printing the answer in the function itself. So here this example comes under with argument and with return type, because we are passing the argument also and we are returning the output values also. Sometimes what will happen is we will have a scenario like we have to pass multiple values into our function. Sometimes we need to pass 5 values, sometimes we need to pass 10 values. Likewise, it will change time to time. We cannot say I want to pass only fixed number of value. So it will be difficult for us to create as many parameter as required. Okay, one time I need 5 means I cannot go and change my program to 5 values. Similarly, if I want only 10 values means I cannot go and change my function again and again. Right. So user need will change time to time. So to avoid that, what we are doing is we are giving this type of variable. So in this variable, if you note, means we are giving one star in front of that variable name, or we can say the parameter. The actual term we can use it is parameter, but it is also again a variable only. Okay. When I give star and then the name, means what our function will understand is, okay, this is a variable which can hold multiple values. It will act like a tuple. Again, whatever value you are passing from your main program, it will be passed to this particular variable as in the tuple format only. Okay, so if the user is giving 3 value, it will accept. If the user is giving 2 value also, it will accept. Everything will be stored in the data. Here, the data variable it will store. Then later we can access with the index number. Okay. So here what we are doing is A equal to 1, B equal to 2, C equal to 3 we are giving. Then we are trying to print. So in the print itself, we are calling that function. That way also we can do. In the print itself, I am calling the function and I am passing the 3 values. So all 3 values will be stored in the data. So how it will be stored is data equal to, so whatever value you have passed, it will be stored like this. Then here inside my function, what I am doing is sum is equal to 0 and I have created a for loop to access each and every value present in my data variable. Okay, for I in range, okay, we know the range function. We are giving length of data. Okay, what this length of data will do is it will return me how many values, okay, number of values present in my data. So how many values are present? 3 values, right? So it will return 3. So range of 3. We know range of 3 if we are giving means automatically it will start from 0, 1, 2. It will stop here. And index also same 0, 1, 2. So it will match. Then what we are doing is sum equal to sum plus data of I. Okay, the I value will change time to time, right? Starts from 0, 1, 2, it will change. So how it will work is first some value is 0, right? So 0 plus data of 0. Data of 0 means first value is what? 1. So 0 plus 1, 1. Now the sum value will get updated. So now 1 plus data of 1. So data of 1 means 2. So 2. 1 plus 2, which is 3. Then again, some value will be updated to 3. So 3 plus data of 2. What is data of 2? 3. So 3 plus 3, which is 6. So final output, we are getting it as 6. Okay, we are returning the sum value and the final value is going to be 6. So here we don't need to specify n number of variables. Only we have to give one variable and we just have to give star. Suppose if you want to give like I want to have some variables value should be stored, and for remaining extra variables alone I want to store it in a separate variable like this. Then what we can do is, so a comma b comma, then also I can give star data or star value. So whatever you want to give, you can give it like this. This type is accepted. So we can give normal values, we can give a default values, and then we can give this type of value. But we should not give star data, and then if you are giving a b or any variable name means this is wrong. Okay, so all the values will be stored in this particular variable only, and it will not allocate any values to this, and it will throw error also. Okay, so this is the format. Okay, we have to give the default parameter, and then we have to give the required parameters. Then only we have to give this star parameter. Okay. There is another method also is there. Okay, in that what we will do is we will give double star. Okay, we will give double star and then we will pass the variable name. Like that, if you are giving means we can pass the values as key value pair. Okay, I want to specify with a name, or I want to specify with some value means, then we can use this method. So when you are passing the value, how we have to pass it? For example, I'm having a Alit, okay, double star data like that is there means how I have to pass it. Here I have to pass A equal to 1, comma B equal to 2, comma C equal to 3. Like that, if you are passing means inside our program also, we can use the same variable name. Okay, we can use that name and we can run this particular function. It will work accordingly. Okay, so here we have taken one simple function. Okay, the function is to check whether the given value is string type or a number type. So user is giving some value and we are taking that value in the function, and we are checking whether the given function is a string or a number. Okay, accordingly it will return the value in our program. So here if you see means first we will go to the main program. So in the main program have a variable called var, and I am passing a value as hello champs. Then I am passing that variable to a function called type check. So directly it will go to this line. So here now the value, in the value only it will store that hello champ. Then what I'm doing is I'm checking the if else statement. If is instant. So is instance is nothing but an again one built-in function only. So with this instance we can able to find whether the given value is equal to the data type which we have passed here. So two values we are passing. One is the value we got from the user and another is the data type we want to compare with. So when it compares, it will return either true or false. So in our program, it is true, right? Hello champ is a string only. We are comparing it with string. So if true will become, so automatically it will start printing the it is string. This line will be printed in our output and our function will stop executing.